Welcome back to winemastery.co.uk. My name is John Whiteford and this is
John Murphy.
And we're here to tell you all about wine, hopefully help you find the wine, if not the wines, that you will absolutely adore. So in this particular episode, we're talking about a Portuguese red wine. It comes from the same sort of area that Portugal produces fantastic port. Everyone's heard of port. But they're also in that area are now starting to produce some really, really classy wines. And at the moment, they're not stupid prices. And I think that actually value for money, some of the wines we've tasted from Portugal are really, really fantastic value for money. We're hoping this is going to be one too. I'm a little bit ahead of John because I've already tasted this at a dinner party, which I think John would like this as well. I'll get it and we'll do a review. Now it's called, I'm really sorry, I think that Andre and Miguel over in Portugal would be really upset with me because I'm going to get this totally wrong. But I believe you can see the label, Feuerheedrd. I'm sure that's totally wrong. But it is a reserve, and as I say, tasted it, really nice. Let's see what John thinks about it.
Okay, John, well, first of all, thanks for thinking of me. So it's always nice to know that you're thinking of me.
All the time.
Stop it, you'll have me blushing. So yeah, let's give it a go.
Okay.
So the colour looks
solid. It's almost black, isn't it? Even against the lights here, it's
immense,
really
is that,
solid, yeah.
A real dark garnet.
Yeah.
Ruby.
A real dark elf.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. Well, it's a good start.
It's a very good start.
Very good start. So I've gone to Old Nose.
That's different, isn't it?
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. That for me, I immediately, when I saw that, I'm thinking of, immediately transports me into a wine cellar, or into somewhat, it transports me into an area where people are actually just appreciating the wine rather than just drinking the wine while they're chatting, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's a very rich and very like black fruit, dark fruit in there, and it almost has that hint of moving on to that kind of earthy leatheriness that I like. I mean, it's not leather, but it's that spiciness. But
yeah, that's really strange, isn't it? Because it hasn't got a Rioja type smell, but there is that edge of the similarity.
Yeah.
As you say, which must be the leather.
Yeah, I think it must be. This smells, as I'm like proper inhaling that, I'm getting on my nostril. It smells like I could get drunk just from smelling it. Do you know? I mean, that kind of,
yeah. Yeah, as I say, when you smell this, you think, oh, this is something you really, really can enjoy. This is almost something that I would, if I was talking to someone and someone handed this to me and I smelt it, I think, oh, I wish I wasn't talking to someone now because it'd be impolite just to ignore what they're saying and really get into this wine.
Yeah, we've said it before. This is the wine that needs the phrase that it commands respect. You know, what I mean? You need to take time with this one.
Yeah, it's the sort of wine I think that you would want to either sit alone and enjoy it or sit with a friend that you know would appreciate it.
Yes, there's always that. There is always that. So I'm going to go ahead and off the nose there. If this tastes like it's smelling, I think it's going to be
good,
enjoyable. Did not disappoint.
I was going to say I was really nervous about tasting that then because I thought, I said to John, I think you're really going to like this, and then so as I'm tasting it, I'm thinking, oh, I hope it's going to be as I remember it. But for me, it is, and obviously it doesn't matter if I enjoy it and John doesn't, because that's what wine's about. That's why there's so many bottles. But that is.
But this is also why why we do what we do. So you've gone out and found that and you thought, oh, my style. That's something John will like, and you're absolutely spot on. That is rich and fruity, dark. It almost has a chocolatey richness in there. It doesn't taste like chocolate, but it has that richness of that chocolate. Talking now, I can taste that oaky kind of flavours coming through nicely. Sitting there, tannins are just perfectly balanced.
Yeah.
Now, this is that kind of wine that you will inevitably think, oh, I need to savour this. But by the time the glass has gone down, so many different flavours there, you want to be in there. I can imagine that would not last long in my house.
I've got, so yeah, in terms of the flavours, I'm getting, I'm not sure if it's the same as you, I'm getting cherry, I'm getting a little bit of plum, and some, I'm not sure, indiscriminate black fruit there, but.
I think that's what you can say about it, isn't it? Indiscriminate black. It's definitely lots of dark fruits in there.
Yeah.
It just keeps on coming.
It does. And the other thing is the tannins. I mean, you know, until you think about them, until I thought, oh, tannins, where are they? Oh yes, they're there, but actually so well balanced that you don't notice them.
Wonderfully soft. But
Yeah.
like you said, just hide in the background and just give it that little extra. Oh, John, yeah. You know me very well, John. That is a very nice bit of wine.
Now, I think this one goes for, I can't remember how much, £11. £11. So, you know, now that is a little bit more than I normally spend on wine. As if you've been watching these videos, you'll know.
You had second thoughts when you got that ticket.
1,100 pennies. That's a lot of money. But actually, in terms of quality, you know, if someone had passed this glass to me and then later said, you know, this cost me 18 quid a bottle, I wouldn't have really thought, no, you're lying. It's not worth 18.
No.
You know,
You wouldn't flinch at that, would you?
No.
You would say, yeah. We just wouldn't question it.
yeah, it is. I mean, you know, it's class. It's a fantastic wine and a fantastic. So you know, in terms of an everyday wine, you know, you could, or maybe if I saved up, maybe you know, not every day, but every other day I could afford it.
I'd drink it every other day.
Yeah, it is a really, really lovely wine. I absolutely wouldn't have any hesitation in terms of recommending this to people.
And thank you very much, John. Thank you. It was delicious.
No, absolutely my pleasure. I'm really pleased you liked it. So what would you pair this with?
Ooh, cheese-wise, obviously, this is going to have to be something equally as kind of big and in your face. Just let me think, because I've got a fair few. This is probably going to be either the cave edge Gruyere, which I know I do recommend a lot. But in my mind, when I'm thinking, but that's because I usually recommend the cave edge Gruyere to go with Rioja, and that in my mind there's a hint of Rioja style in there, or it's definitely reminding me of that. So that's why cave age Gruyere comes in. So cave age, so it's like 14 to 18 month old Gruyere, really kind of typical Swiss sweetness, really rich little salt crystal in there, almost oniony, and those two together would be divine.
I've got a question, because you know this is I think, you know, in there with one of my favourite wines. So I want it to match with one of my favourite cheeses. And just because they're the two favourites don't mean to say, of course, that they would go.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask the question, how disappointed do you think I'd be if I matched this with a stinking bishop?
I don't think you'd be disappointed, because there's no kind of right and wrong answers to any of this, and you try it later. But although Stinking Bishop is known for its very powerful smell, the actual cheese is actually quite mild and sweet. It would. There's nowhere they're not going to go, but they wouldn't be the perfect marriage. Whereas a cave age Gruyere, you'd see the two noticeably change each other. I think that wine might be too big for your Stinking Bishop, depending on the ripeness of the Stinking Bishop. But in general, Stinking Bishop does not only tend to get to a certain power of flavour. As I say, it's called Stinking Bishop. It's all about the smell on that.
Yeah. And if we went to food and a meal, then I see this with a stew.
It's got to be, it's got to be some.
I wouldn't see it with something spicy. So I wouldn't see it with something like chili or something like that. I'd see it with sort of like, what about in terms of lasagna or something like that?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say heavy, rich, and meaty.
Yeah. I used to go out with a girl like that.
I was steering so far away from that. Excuse me.
I was much younger.
Oh, yeah.
She's a lovely girl though.
Crikey, I don't.
So score-wise, let's round up to the score.
Well, I'm going to give this again one of the. Excuse me. A fairly high score, because it deserves that. £11, I think. For me, it's the style of wine I like. So I'm going to hit it straight up at 85. I'm going 85.
Okay, I'm going to go 87.
87?
87. I was thinking of 86, and I thought, no, I've just said it's one of my favourites. I really, really enjoy this. I could have this on its own, I could really enjoy it. I wouldn't want to rush it. You know, it delivers a lot to me in terms of my taste buds. So I'm going 87.
I don't blame you, not for 1 minute. Not for 1 minute.
And your glass is empty, so you know, it couldn't have been too bad.
No, definitely not. Man, delicious. Thank you very much, John.
Absolute pleasure. So let's go back to, for me, I would have a bottle of this in my cupboard. For you, owning a wine shop, I'm going to ask the question, if someone bought this to you, would you keep it or would you pass it on?
I'd keep that.
Yeah?
That's a keeper for me.
Right. Excellent. Good. Well, I think that's all that needs to be said. Fantastic. Really enjoyed this episode. Fantastic wine. Thoroughly enjoy it. If you get a chance, buy one in the UK. I know it's available from Sainsbury's. It may be available elsewhere as well. But and as I said, it was. I'm going to hurt myself now. Is it £11?
It's £11.
£11.
You'll be all right.
Oh, you'll be all right. So until the next time, guys. Really look forward to seeing you there. Chin chin.
Chin chin.